Hi everyone, this is Kelly, also known on Twitter as Kellann1977, and I haven't done a vlog in a couple months, so I figured I would. And Peppy is all ready for a close-up. I went and I got 2 subs from Subway using the application, and it only came to $9.85 because I didn't realize I had a $4 credit, and they still have that coupon going on. Buy 1 foot long, get 1 half off. So it should have been $20 for these subs. So that is pretty good. So I got the roasted chicken sub, got my husband the turkey and ham sub, double the meat. So I think that worked out. And here is Ruben's picture for this month on the Ruben the Bulldog calendar. So what has been going on is my husband is looking for a full-time job because even though he's in college, he no longer has any resources available. So no student loans, no financial aid, no Pell Grants, no book money. I'm not sure if he's still going to get the $1,000 bonus this semester. So what they do is if you graduate from a community college and you transfer there, you're supposed to receive $1,000 as a bonus every semester. He has not gotten any information if he will at least get that. He has one more class to take next semester and he will graduate. So he will have his business certification, which he's already completed. That was 10 classes. He has a degree in computer science, which he got at CCV, Community College. And then he'll have another degree in IT technician. So he has gone with unemployment to see if they can help him, even though a lot of businesses say you don't have to wear a mask. A lot of sit-down businesses like Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Subway have actually opened up their dining room. They are not allowed to be open to the public, so you have to go on the internet, tell them what's going on, and then they get back to you within 48 hours. So my husband did that, and he waited 3 days and didn't hear back. So he did it again, and then the next day, the secretary got back to him. He faxed over or emailed her his 3-page resume, and then about 5 days after that, somebody from a VA rep got a hold of him, and he has a meeting next Thursday in Mount Pelion with that unemployment office. The worker who's over there is specializing in people who are veterans. So he's going to work with my husband. So hopefully by like mid-July, he'll have a job. If not, hopefully for mid-July, he'll get that $1,000 bonus because that would really help us right now. We do have enough money to pay our bills, but that only leaves us about $300 left over. So that does not include dog food, dog care. I do laundry at home. We bought a portable washing machine, so that's not an issue. But food and other hygiene products and, stuff like that, gas. If anything was happened to the truck, we wouldn't be able to fix it again. So stuff like that. We do have to get it inspected, which I think that's like $75 out here. We already did our registration 2 months ago. We did a 2-year registration. We saved $10. So we don't have to worry about that until March of 2023, which is good. My husband just renewed his license, so he's good for 4 years with that. I just did my ID as well because I didn't realize in February it was expired for 4 months. So I was able, because of COVID, to still be able to do it online. So I have a 2-year ID. That's how they do the IDs out here in Vermont. So with that being said, we are just, hoping everything works out. And for anybody who's watched my past vlogs, this area was very messy, cluttered. I've cleaned that up a lot. And I cleaned this up as well over here. Oh, and down here. I cleaned all this up over here. We have like a bunch of stuff on the sides. I gotta organize all my little beanies here and figure out how to put them so it's neater. And I gotta do the same thing up here. These are our clothes, so that will stay there because that's the only dresser we have. We have a very small closet in my husband's gaming area. And then we have this closet and that's it. And as you can see, we have a bed, a window fan, and a stand-up fan, and this is our room. So that's why we chose this one for the bedroom, because we just sleep in there. And I did get my Glim bag. I've actually canceled this, so I won't get any more until we're on our feet a little bit better. We've canceled Hulu and Netflix and stuff like that as well to try to save money. More than likely, I will pause my cell phone because I don't go out anywhere. I can use my husband's and we can save some cash that way. So with everything that we've canceled and put on hold, we're probably saving $100 right there, which is good. So for Father's Day tomorrow, I sent my husband to the store just to get a few things like bread, hot dogs, french fries, because we can have hot dogs and french fries, hamburgers and hot dogs, grilled cheese and french fries for lunch and dinner. We've been eating, pasta. We had Alfredo last week. We had a roast that we had for 6 weeks in the freezer. My husband made that 2 days ago. That lasted 2 days. A dinner, a lunch, and a dinner. So we had mashed potatoes with it. No, I'm sorry. That was something different. We had the roast, and then we had baby yellow butter potatoes with onion, garlic, and carrots in the oven. And the next day for lunch, I actually made myself a soup with oodles and noodles. I used beef, some of the roast, some of the carrots, some of the potatoes, and an onion. And it came out really good. I really enjoyed it. And I actually haven't had oodles and noodles in a couple months because I swell up in the summertime. So it was really delicious. I enjoyed it. I threw the rest of the salsa we had in it as well. So we had that tomato flavor. And then my husband had another meal with it. And then last night, he had it to snack on with some ranch dressing. So it did last technically 2 full days. When I made the pasta, it was, of course, red sauce, a can of tomatoes, mixed vegetables that we get at the dollar store, the peppers and onions. And then we had a pound hamburger, so I put the hamburger in it. And that lasted 2 days as well. We each had 2 servings apiece. So that was really good. So we've been trying to do things like that, or like hot dogs and sandwiches. I get my English muffins and my bagels at the dollar store now. So when I see them, and this is Baker's Choice is what it's called. So I will freeze them. These unfortunately ended up getting frostbite, so I took them out yesterday. But this one, you want to double cook it in your toaster because it seems like it's not cooked all the way in the middle. I think they do that on purpose, but I'm not sure why. So we've been keeping the bread and English muffins and bagels in the fridge because with it being warm, it just lasts a couple of days. Then the yeast, you can smell it. Just, stuff like that. My husband had mac and cheese for lunch yesterday. I had a bagel sandwich with mayonnaise, cheese, and a piece of bologna. I had a salad today, earlier for lunch. I'm going to have that sub. And that's kind of how we've been eating. Not too bad. We're not stuck like 3 years ago where we literally had to eat oodles noodles, peanut butter sandwich, grilled cheese, or Kraft mac and cheese, because we can get it out here for like 69 cents. And that's what we lived off for a month. So it's not that bad. We have frozen vegetables we get from Dollar Tree. It's a lot cheaper to shop there. So nobody get too concerned or worried. So I'm going to make my husband butter clam linguine for tomorrow for Father's Day. I don't eat seafood other than tuna in a can. So he will have the whole thing for himself, a whole pound. That should definitely last him 2, maybe 3 days. 2 cans of clam. I use the juice to go ahead and make the butter sauce with fresh garlic. And I will put onion in it as well as mushrooms. Not too expensive. The clams we get is $2 a piece. So that's 4. The linguine is probably like $1.60. So that's $5.60. The mushrooms would be like $2.50. So, and we already have onions, so it'll cost about $8 to make that. And he'll be able to have 2 to 3 meals out of it. I don't think that's bad at all. For anybody wondering about my grandson, he is doing much better. He won't have any operations until he's much older, around 8 years old. He just turned 3 in May. He was attacked by a family pet, and that family pet was put down because it was dangerous. After a month into investigation, he had to have 5 operations in a total of 3 weeks, and then he had to go to Boston for a month to do physical therapy, and he did that every single day from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. He's doing much better. His speech, he's probably going to need some help with. They had to remove his ear, and the ear has totally healed up. The doctor was hoping that wouldn't happen. So he will not be able to hear on his left side, but his right side is doing very well, and he can hear behind him. So as long as he can still do that when he's old enough to drive, and he can pass a hearing test, then he will be able to still drive. So that's really good news. So he still has some more reconstructive surgery on his neck and his head. But again, they can't do that until he's about 8 years old. The brain's still maturing. His head is still growing. His neck, his height, all that stuff is still growing. But he's eating. He's doing good. He does still have a feeding tube, unfortunately. They won't remove that until they definitely know that he won't need any medications, because he has a hard time swallowing. So, for an example, 2 weeks ago, he went to a cookout. He was eating a hamburger the way he likes it, and halfway through the hamburger, he stopped eating because his face and his neck swelled up. So he does eat a lot of soft foods, but they also have to make sure that he eats foods where he uses his muscles. So he gets a lot of treats, we'll say. He does not mind. Right now, the doctor just wants him to have foods with fats in it so that he doesn't lose weight. He is drinking a drink like Ensure for children. He likes his juices. He doesn't mind water. He likes his milks. So he's getting fat that way too with milk, which is good. He's sleeping all through the night, but he still doesn't like to be around dogs. He remembers when he goes and visits. If you have a dog, he remembers it. So hopefully as he gets older, he'll start counseling when he's 5 and he's able to communicate better. And hopefully he can at least feel comfortable around some dogs because they're everywhere in the world. But he's doing really well. My granddaughter is doing really well too. She's just turned 6 months and she's chubby. She sleeps pretty well during the night, so that's good. She loves to eat, and she loves to be held. So that is what is going on. If anybody has any questions, any comments, please don't hesitate to ask or leave them down below. I always like to answer them. Sorry that I really don't have too much more to say. You know, we just, with COVID and not having a lot of money, we've just been staying home. In May, I believe it was May 12th, we rented a room for 3 days in Burlington. It's about an hour and a half away from where we live. I've never been out there. You know, that cost some money, even though I did use Booking.com. And if we would have known that he wasn't going to have any more funding available for school, we definitely would have never went. We would have just maybe went out to a nice restaurant and went to the movies and celebrated that way. But unfortunately, we didn't know until 2 weeks later. So stuff happens. I don't work because I have deteriorating bone disease and affects my hips, my bones, my muscles, my cartilage, etc. But I do cat sit for my landlord, and she does pay me. She pays me $10 a day. I feed the cat 3 times a day. I clean the cat litter. I sweep. Any dishes left behind, I wash them for her. I bring in her meal, and I water her plants. She has plants hanging, and she has plants around the house because she has a salon connected to the house. So I take care of all that stuff when she's not here. So I have been making money doing that. I worked for 4 weekends in a row. So do the math, pretty good money. I know July she's going to be going away a couple weekends, 3 or 4 days. And her son will be going away when it slows down a little bit for his business, where she will stay at his house for a week and take care of his 2 dogs, which she gets paid $40 a day to do that. They're big dogs. So I will be taking care of the cat then as well. So I just save the money and, you know, to buy like the Subway, or if you want to go to the movies or something, you know, it's like $14 just to go to the movies if you don't buy anything. And they have on Tuesdays all day, you can go to the movies for $4. So that is definitely something that we can do. So I thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers tomorrow. Bye.